Have you ever felt your heart slow down, your tension melt away, as your dog nudges your hand? Or your mood lift when your cat curls gently on your lap? These moments might seem ordinary, but scientists now say they're extraordinary. Each touch, each gaze, each purr, each wag is not just affection, it's a biological signal. A signal that changes your brain, your body, and even your health in ways you've never imagined. For thousands of years, humans have lived alongside animals: dogs that guarded homes, cats that protected food stores, birds that brought companionship, even small reptiles and rodents that became quiet friends. But these relationships are no longer just about companionship. Modern science is discovering that pets influence our health on profound levels. From mental well-being to physical resilience, from social connection to healing, pets are not just animals, they're natural therapists, sometimes even lifesavers. But why do pets have this effect? How can a dog or cat alter our biology so profoundly? And what does it reveal about the bond between species, a bond that science is only beginning to understand? Stress, anxiety, and depression affect millions of people worldwide. Mental health challenges can feel invisible, isolating, and relentless. Yet, in the face of such invisible burdens, our pets often act as silent allies, intuitive companions, and even natural healers. Sarah, a single mother and software engineer, struggled with daily anxiety. Nights were the hardest, quiet moments filled with racing thoughts. But when Max entered her life, everything changed. Petting him in the morning, watching him wag his tail as she poured coffee, even listening to him breathe beside her, they became rituals of calm and grounding. Researchers have found that interacting with pets triggers a chemical cascade in our bodies. Oxytocin, the love hormone, spikes when we touch or gaze into the eyes of our animals. Dopamine and serotonin, the neurotransmitters responsible for happiness and mood regulation, also increase. Simultaneously, cortisol, the stress hormone, decreases, bringing a sense of calm and well-being almost instantly. These biological responses are not minor. Studies show that just 10 minutes of petting a dog can lower blood pressure, decrease heart rate, and reduce feelings of anxiety. For people like Sarah, these moments are lifelines. Sarah recalls one evening when work deadlines, bills, and parenting pressures collided. She was close to a panic attack. Max, sensing her distress, climbed onto the couch, nudging her hand repeatedly, and laid his head on her chest. In that simple moment, something remarkable happened. Her panic began to dissipate. She was grounded not by therapy or medicine alone, but by the unwavering presence of her companion. Therapists call this co-regulation, the process where one being's emotional state stabilizes another's. Pets excel at this instinctively. They sense subtle cues, micro-expressions, changes in breathing, even the chemicals in our sweat, and respond in ways that calm and reassure. Pet therapy is now an established practice in hospitals worldwide. Patients exposed to therapy dogs report lower stress levels before surgery, less anxiety during chemotherapy, and even faster recovery times. The science is clear: pets are not just companions, they are emotional and physiological regulators. In multiple controlled trials, cortisol levels dropped by up to 30% after interactions with therapy dogs, while patients reported increased feelings of happiness and relaxation. But the mystery remains: how do pets intuitively know when we need them most? Why does Max appear at exactly the right moment, or a cat curl next to someone in distress? Scientists are investigating the neurobiology behind this. Early research suggests animals may detect micro-changes in our chemical signals and subtle behavioral cues imperceptible to humans. Their senses, honed over thousands of years of evolution, make them extraordinary observers of our inner worlds. For millions like Sarah, pets are not just animals, they are lifelines, therapists, and loyal companions. But the story doesn't end with emotional health. As we'll see, pets impact our physical well-being, social lives, and even our survival in ways that are nothing short of miraculous. Imagine a heartbeat synchronized with your dog's joyful bark, a pulse that calms, a touch that heals. Could it be that our furry friends hold the power to physically reshape our bodies in ways medicine is only beginning to understand? Physical touch releases oxytocin, a hormone known as the love chemical. But here's the twist. Petting a dog or cat doesn't just make you feel good, it actually lowers blood pressure, reduces cortisol, and even stabilizes your heart rhythm. Studies reveal that just 10 minutes of petting a dog can reduce stress hormone levels by nearly a third. For someone with high blood pressure or anxiety, this is nothing short of miraculous. Pet ownership doesn't just soothe the soul, it strengthens the heart. Research shows that dog owners are 30% less likely to die from cardiovascular disease than non-pet owners. How is this possible? The secret lies not only in increased physical activity but in the constant emotional engagement pets demand. Walking, playing, feeding, these routines create a rhythm of movement and connection that reinforces cardiovascular health. Beyond the heart, our brains respond profoundly to animals. Neuroimaging studies show that interactions with pets stimulate the release of dopamine and serotonin, chemicals responsible for pleasure, mood regulation, and learning. But it's not just happiness. Interacting with pets can improve attention, memory, and cognitive flexibility, skills essential for learning and adapting to life's challenges. Could a cat or dog actually make you smarter? Evidence suggests yes. Pets are not just companions, they are immune boosters. Exposure to dogs and cats during childhood has been linked to a decreased risk of allergies and asthma. And for adults, living with pets can enhance natural killer cell activity, helping fight off viruses. The mystery is in the microbiome, the microscopic world of bacteria that we carry. Pets introduce diversity to our immune system, teaching it to recognize and respond to threats more effectively. It's a hidden symbiosis that has evolved over thousands of years. Here's where it gets astonishing. Pets often anticipate our needs before we do. Dogs have been documented sensing seizures or drops in blood sugar. Cats have been known to detect subtle mood changes hours before humans are aware. Scientists call this interspecies empathy, but what if it's more than empathy? Could pets actually perceive physiological changes we cannot yet measure? The research is still unfolding, and each new discovery deepens the mystery of their abilities. Consider Sarah, a teacher recovering from a heart attack. Her golden retriever, Max, was by her side every day, helping her walk, sit, even motivate her to eat and take medications on time. Her recovery was faster than expected, and doctors attribute much of it to the emotional and physical presence of Max. Then there's John, a war veteran battling PTSD. Nightmares and anxiety were his daily reality. But with his service dog, Luna, sleeping at his side, guided walks, and gentle nudges, his symptoms decreased dramatically, and a sense of normalcy returned. Hospitals around the world are discovering what families and pet owners have known intuitively: animals heal. Therapy dogs are now common in pediatric wards, intensive care units, and nursing homes. The results: reduced anxiety, lower heart rates, improved patient engagement, and even shorter recovery times. One case study followed a group of elderly patients recovering from surgery. Those who spent daily time with therapy animals left the hospital sooner and reported higher satisfaction. The science is undeniable. The presence of pets accelerates healing, both physically and emotionally. From emotional support to cardiovascular health, cognitive stimulation to immune resilience, pets touch every aspect of our well-being. But the story doesn't end here. Next, we explore the hidden neurobiological bonds that connect humans and animals in ways we are only beginning to comprehend. What if I told you your dog or cat might know what you're feeling before you do, or even think your thoughts before you speak them? Scientists call it empathy, intuition, but some wonder if it's something far more extraordinary. Empathy isn't just a human trait. Dogs, cats, and even parrots can recognize emotional cues, facial expressions, and vocal tones. Neuroscientists call this affective empathy, the ability to feel the emotional state of another. Researchers discovered that when dogs hear their owner cry, regions in their brains associated with emotion light up. And it's not just mimicry, these responses are genuine, as if the dog is experiencing a version of our sadness themselves. Dogs are masters of social cognition. They read our gestures, understand words, and remember past interactions with astonishing precision. Cats, too, have been shown to remember routines and subtle cues, demonstrating a memory that rivals young children in complexity. This isn't coincidence. Pets remember our actions, preferences, and even moods. It's why a cat waits by the door at the exact time you return from work, or why a dog runs to comfort you when you slump on the couch. Have you ever noticed your pet mimics your mood? Scientific studies call this emotional contagion. When you are stressed, your pet's heart rate can increase. When you relax, so do they. This connection is no accident, it's neurobiology at work. Oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin, they don't just flow in humans, they flow in pets too. Every petting session, every smile, every hug triggers a cascade of chemicals that bond us, heal us, and teach empathy. The cognitive bond between humans and pets has profound mental health effects. For veterans with PTSD, therapy dogs reduce anxiety and flashbacks. For children with autism, pets improve social skills and communication. For the elderly, pets decrease loneliness and cognitive decline. The mystery lies in the feedback loop. Pets respond to us, we respond to them, and our brains release hormones that improve mood, memory, and focus. It's a biological conversation happening silently every day, but there are mysteries yet unsolved. Some dogs alert owners to medical conditions hours before symptoms appear. Cats have been observed sitting quietly by the bed of someone in deep emotional distress for reasons that cannot be fully explained. Are pets simply reading micro-expressions? Or do they perceive something more, something beyond human measurement? Scientists are only beginning to scratch the surface of this extraordinary phenomenon. Take Emma, a nurse recovering from burnout. Her cat Whiskers would sit on her chest after long shifts, purring softly. Her heart rate and breathing normalized within minutes. Neurologists suggest that the vibrations from purring actually stimulate the vagus nerve, calming the nervous system. Emma's experience isn't unique. Thousands report similar stories. Pets as silent healers, quietly modulating our physiology, soothing mental trauma, and restoring emotional balance. Through these connections, we learn something profound. Empathy, patience, and emotional awareness are not just human traits, they are cultivated in the company of animals. Pets remind us that healing is not always medical, but relational. Not always spoken, but deeply felt. And perhaps that's the greatest lesson pets teach us: love, attention, and presence have the power to heal not just the body, but the mind and soul. We've explored how pets affect our hearts, our brains, and our lives, but there is one last frontier: the mysterious ways pets can sense the future, detect danger, and influence our decisions before we even know we need them. What hidden intelligence do our companions truly possess? In the next chapter, we uncover the secrets of animal intuition that science can barely explain. Imagine this: your dog refuses to enter a room moments before an accident occurs. Your cat stares at a wall for hours, then an earthquake strikes. Coincidence, or a sixth sense we can barely understand? Animals live in a world of senses far beyond our own. Dogs can detect changes in air pressure, subtle vibrations, and chemical signals invisible to humans. Cats can perceive micromovements, faint sounds, and even electrical signals from the environment. Researchers call this extraordinary perception hypersensory awareness, but in everyday terms, it often looks like intuition. A dog alerting its owner to danger is not magic, it's biology, finely tuned over thousands of years. Countless stories exist. A Labrador in Japan saved its owner from a house fire by barking incessantly minutes before flames erupted. In Italy, a cat's unusual restlessness preceded a minor earthquake. People call it sixth sense, but science offers clues. These behaviors often correlate with the animal's acute ability to sense micro-changes, vibrations, smells, or even electromagnetic shifts that humans cannot detect. Dogs possess up to 300 million olfactory receptors, far beyond the human 6 million. This allows them to detect chemical changes in our bodies, such as hormone shifts linked to stress, fear, or illness. Similarly, cats have specialized cells in their whiskers and paws that detect vibrations imperceptible to humans. This may explain their uncanny ability to predict environmental changes or sense danger. Intuition isn't only about danger. Pets also sense emotions: fear, sadness, or happiness. Dogs and cats can detect micro-expressions, subtle hormonal changes, and even variations in voice pitch that reveal our internal state. In therapy and hospitals, pets have been observed responding to unseen trauma: a cat sitting silently with a patient in distress, or a dog nudging someone into action. These aren't accidents. They are subtle acts of understanding, empathy, and anticipation. Science confirms astonishing abilities. Dogs can detect cancers, low blood sugar and diabetics, and seizures before they happen. Their noses pick up volatile organic compounds produced by our bodies, which humans can't detect. Cats, too, have been reported to sit vigilantly near those who are ill, often guiding medical attention in subtle ways. These mysterious behaviors may be instinct, empathy, or an intelligence we've barely begun to understand. Some researchers hypothesize that pets can pick up on human bioelectric fields or subtle vibrational signals. Others suggest a form of consciousness that overlaps with ours, a silent and spoken dialogue between species. Could it be that pets sense the future in ways we can't measure? Perhaps the line between intuition and science is thinner than we imagine, a frontier where biology and mystery intertwine. Consider Max, a German Shepherd in Texas. His owner collapsed at home, heart failing. Max ran to the neighbor, barking relentlessly until help arrived. Doctors later confirmed that the dog's quick action saved his owner's life. Stories like these aren't rare. They are a testament to the extraordinary perceptive powers of animals. Every heroic act, every alert, every comforting nudge is a glimpse into a hidden intelligence, a sixth sense quietly guiding, protecting, and loving. These unseen connections teach us patience, observation, and trust. They remind us that communication isn't always spoken, it's felt, understood, and experienced. Pets are more than companions. They are silent guides, guardians, and teachers of empathy. If we pay attention, we can learn to see the world through their eyes, feel through their hearts, and understand the extraordinary bonds that exist beyond words. We've explored intuition, empathy, and unseen perception, but one question remains: how deep does this connection truly go? In our next chapter, we uncover stories of animals that not only sense, but influence human decisions, destinies, and even survival in ways science struggles to explain. The journey into the mind of your pet is just beginning. Imagine a world where a dog can guide you to safety, a cat can sense your deepest fear, or a parrot can warn of danger before it even arrives. These aren't stories of fantasy, they are the extraordinary, real-life tales of pets who alter destinies. Meet Bella, a golden retriever from California. Our owner, a young woman struggling with anxiety, found herself trapped in a dangerous situation during a solo hike. Bella refused to move forward, guiding her owner back to safety minutes before a landslide. The science: dogs sense vibrations, smells, and air shifts. The mystery: how did she know the exact moment to act? Stories like Bella's aren't rare, they're silent reminders of an unseen, intuitive world shared between humans and pets. Pets aren't only lifesavers in physical danger. They are healers in the quiet, invisible ways. In hospitals worldwide, therapy animals reduce patient anxiety, lower blood pressure, and even improve recovery rates. Studies show that interaction with pets releases oxytocin, the love hormone, not only in humans but in the animals themselves. In one study, patients with consistent animal interaction experienced over 30% faster recovery from post-surgery stress and depression. Pets literally change the chemistry of our bodies, our minds, and our lives. Empathy in pets is subtle yet profound. A cat might sense an approaching panic attack and sit quietly, providing calm without a single meow. A dog may nuzzle an anxious child, lowering heart rate with nothing but presence. This is more than instinct, it's a social and emotional intelligence that science is only beginning to explore. Researchers suggest that pets can mirror human emotions through subtle behavioral cues, mimicking breathing patterns, posture, and even micro-expressions. It's a silent, mutual empathy that forms a bond stronger than words. Loyalty is another layer of the extraordinary bond. Dogs have evolved alongside humans for tens of thousands of years, adapting to our emotions, routines, and even moods. Neurobiology shows that interactions with dogs increase dopamine and serotonin in humans' chemicals associated with pleasure and well-being. Pets, while often misunderstood, display loyalty in subtler ways, returning to their humans daily, responding to vocal cues, or choosing to be present during moments of emotional need, all signs of a deep, reciprocal bond. Some stories defy any scientific explanation. Toby, a parrot in Brazil, repeatedly warned his owners about a sudden flood hours before it happened. In Australia, a cat refused to leave a neighbor's side moments before a dangerous fire swept through. Were these instinct, coincidence, or something deeper? Science offers clues: heightened senses, pattern recognition, and acute perception, but the exact mechanisms remain a mystery, one that continues to fascinate researchers and pet owners alike. What do these stories teach us? That life isn't just about control or understanding, it's about connection, observation, and respect. Pets remind us to pause, to sense, to empathize, and to love unconditionally. Every wag, purr, chirp, or nudge carries meaning. Every shared moment strengthens bonds, teaches patience, and reveals truths we may otherwise miss. Throughout this journey, we've witnessed intuition, empathy, healing, and life-saving loyalty. Pets are not mere animals, they are silent companions, guardians, teachers, and mirrors of our emotions. Their presence is a science, an art, and a mystery all at once. And yet, the story doesn't end here. Every pet carries secrets we may never fully understand, moments of intuition and love that transcend words. The journey into understanding our companions, those who share our homes, hearts, and lives, is just beginning. In our next Triller Pictures documentary, we explore the untold world of extraordinary animal intelligence, pets who solve puzzles, communicate in secret ways, and challenge everything we thought we knew about the mind of a cat, dog, or parrot. The adventure continues, and you won't believe what we've uncovered. Don't fail to like, share, and subscribe to Triller Pictures.